And we're live.
What's happening?
How we doing, guys? How we doing, guys? My name's Bob's the Red Devil. This is the first episode of Bob's Red Devil Show. Today, obviously, it's a preview. Man United play Newcastle tomorrow, and obviously, I couldn't have done this without my good friend Kev. Kev, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good. How are you?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. It's obviously international week, so it's not been that bad being a Man United fan. Obviously, a good few news for yourself. St. Maximin signing the new contract. How do you feel about that so far?
Quite surprised, to be honest, given the fact that he was talking on Monday that he was potentially never said he was leaving, but didn't look like he was going to be staying. So the fact that he signed a 6-year deal on Wednesday can't argue. Good news.
So, do you think he signed it because of the initial season he's had, the impact, and then obviously what's going to happen now? You can see he's probably going to kick on, and then the big clubs are going to try and obviously moat around him and stuff. So probably a good investment from Newcastle, no?
Well, 100%. Probably the fact that he's probably getting a shit. Look to swear on
yeah, of course, man, of course.
Getting a hell of a lot more money for starters, but he does deserve it, to be fair. Like carrying us in games. My worry is for him this season is the amount of times he gets kicked. Is he strong enough to handle the Premier League? Time will tell, I guess. But interestingly, in his press conference, saying that he's bought into the project at Newcastle. Now, Mike Ashley's in charge, Steve Bruce is the manager.
What? He's been bought? Who knows? Who knows?
Exactly. See what this project is.
Exactly. So talking about Premier League, we've got to start on obviously Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. My personal opinion on it, he's out of his depth. I think that he's done well. He's reached his ceiling. You know, I think
he's not going to take Man United to the next level.
No exactly. And with the players we have available, we should be getting a lot more out of that. And you know, some people call him. I started calling him the Norwegian throw the baggings because he just irritates me that he sits there and he just does nothing at all. And I'm like, come on, show me something.
Yeah, I mean,
no for Newcastle, no emotion, right? So from a Newcastle fan, are you licking your lips knowing that you're going to face Man United?
I'm looking forward to the game. Probably very rarely over the years have I looked forward to Newcastle playing Man United, especially at St James's Park. Got a decent record the last couple of years at St James's, even at Old Trafford. So Man United are there for the taking. And how many years have we been saying that? Probably 4 or 5 years everybody's saying that now. So
yeah. And you know, Newcastle obviously is a big club, right? And we need to remember our clubs used to go back and forth to win a title back in the day. And I'll never forget the day we got beat 5-0 against them. So personally, you know, it's always a tough game. I don't care what anyone says. You know, I've always said it before that basically all the teams around the Big Six have got better. You know, everyone's got more money, and you know, the Big Six. I mean, you could just say the Big Two now because Liverpool and City. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm actually worried, to be honest, and I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to go to a back three, you know, the back five even, of the wing backs. I'm very worried that he probably will be naive and play Harry Maguire. I think that if he plays Harry Maguire, then he's probably going to play Luke Shaw as the left centre back, and I think Alex Telles will get a debut. And I think it will be. I actually think Ighalo might start up front tomorrow.
Yeah, not going
Exactly. So we'll see what happens. So from Newcastle's point of view, I mean, what do you think? Do you think he can get a win?
ASM, he's going to rip Wan-Bissaka a new one. Like, he's going to rip him. Wan-Bissaka's a good defender, but like, if he gets him 1-on-1, like, I mean, Man United are going to have to like double, triple up on him, like most teams have done at the start of the season, and they'll kick him. It's the only way to keep him down. So
100%. You know, he's a gunman. You know, like he's eccentric, explosive, moment of magic, I dare say, because when he gets the ball, I think as a fan, you don't know what's going to happen, and then when he does, produce, you're like, wow. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm worried about him because
I have to admit, sorry mate, I have to admit, like, Callum Wilson's like an invaluable signing as well. Like, even though we can talk about, like, he would have done a job for Man United easy over what Man United have got. Like, absolute steal for us at 20 million as well. So
I think he's a centre forward, doesn't he? He's an actual
just a goal scorer.
Yeah, and
so we lacked last season.
100%. And do you know that it's funny when you say that, because see Man United's front three: Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford. Rashford's a winger. They're all forward players. I think Greenwood hasn't developed yet to get the street smart and the nous how to play up front on his own.
Yeah.
Martial is a good striker, a very good striker. However, he likes to get involved in the play. He likes to drop deep. And when he drops deep, we've not got an outlet. And for me personally, it's annoying because I'm like screaming at him to stay in the box, stay in the middle, give us an outlet. And then from nowhere, he cuts off the left, hits it top corner, and I'm like, Martial! Do you know what I mean? So exactly. But my next question to you, okay, comparing managers, right? Would you rank Steve Bruce a better manager than Ole Gunnar
Solskjaer? Did Solskjaer not get Cardiff relegated?
Yes.
Steve Bruce is. I don't know. Nah, I don't. To be fair, I mean, you look at the win percentage in his career, he's like 33%. It's absolutely shocking compared to some other managers. However, has he done a good job with what he's had to work with at Newcastle? I can't argue and say no. Do you know what I mean? So if we look at just his Newcastle career, he's done a pretty decent job. Got a good results against some of the big teams last season. If you can get a tune out of the team that he's got some quality in that team, especially going forward. Ryan Fraser again, another good signing on a free transfer. Do you know,
Scottish, come on.
Scottish boy in the team. Almiron again, quality. Shelvey.
Shelvey, I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, I think he's one of the best passers in the English Premier League. I don't care what anyone says. That's my opinion. I think Shelvey, for me, does what Michael Carrick done for Man United. You know, breaks up passes. Do you know what I mean? Simple. He's got a temper, but good. I like that. Do you know what I mean? He's not a bottle job.
He's tamed down a bit though the last few years though. He seems to have matured a bit. It's interesting that under Bruce he's doing better than he was doing under Benitez. Do you know, like every manager's got a different style though. Do you know? So I was trying my absolute best not to bring Rafa into it. Do you know? Because oh my God, it's a Newcastle fan's dream on Twitter is to compare Rafa to anybody. We could have Mourinho in charge and they'd be comparing Rafa. So
the funny thing is though, with that though, and I'm going to get onto that with style of play and Man United style of play, Newcastle style of play, right? What I see at Newcastle is that you're playing a system that gets the best out of the players you've got, you know? And I feel compared to Man United, we're just putting players there, you know? We're just putting players there where it's go out in there and do their best. And what annoys me is just that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeps saying the Man United way, we're going to get back to the old days of football, right?
Mm.
But, Kev, back in the day, Sir Alex Ferguson was the manager, right? And Sir Alex Ferguson was like 65, 70, 75% of Man United. So, because we had him, we were so forceful, so potent, so dangerous, and so on. You know, and football was a completely different era there. You know, like, do you know what I mean? It was 4-4-2. The players weren't athletes. You know, it was battles. You actually had players that were probably anti-football that went out just to kick you and stuff. Yeah. And then I see it now, and I think we've got a world-class player in Paul Pogba. We play him in the wrong position. We've got out-of-form Rashford that keeps getting played. We've got a captain in Harry Maguire. How he's captain, I don't even know. To be honest, he's been at Man United 5 minutes.
It's got to be the price tag.
Do you know what the price tag is? Never a player's fault.
No,
Let's be honest. It's not a player's fault. That's not his fault.
That's a great example of that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I just think that when I see it, I think to myself, Harry Maguire wasn't even that good at Leicester. He was good, but he wasn't like, let's get him. Do you know what I mean? He had the good World Cup, but he was in a back three. Well. He was in a back three, not playing as a back two. So that's the twos up for Newcastle guys. Yeah. But no, seriously, mate.
You're going to concede the more.
Listen. I'll be doing a match review after this, after the game, and I'm not confident because the form for me is atrocious. You know, if you want to compete for the title or even compete for top 10, top 4, you need to win your first 5 to 10 games. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? At least, you know. And we've got what we've seen the low teams come up, and I'm thinking they can play better football at the moment right now.
Some of them up, even Brighton, man.
Exactly.
Brighton ripped us in the arse at St James's Park a few weeks ago. Like ridiculous. Like
and look at the manager. Do you know what I mean? He's not got a budget. He's not got world class players.
Exactly.
You know, he plays a system that suits him. So this is why I always say I don't understand what's happening at Manchester United, because I think to myself, we have all this talent. What's going on? And I say it all the time. You can't have world class players that makes a team. You've got to have a system and say, right, this is how we're going to play. Okay. And for me, Paul Pogba in the double pivot doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. We've got a defensive right back in Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's great at one-on-one defending, but that's okay if you're playing for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're playing for Man United, you're going to be possession and stuff, you know.
Tight pitch at Crystal Palace, wide open at Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? It's completely different.
Exactly. So at Crystal Palace, you're gonna be under the cosh. You're gonna have to defend. You know, probably camp outside your 18-yard box. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But when you come to Man United, you have to be on the back foot. You know, on the front foot. Sorry, you have to attack. It's very common in Man United. You know, look at the right backs we've had. We've always had attacking fullbacks. Yeah. Even if you say Gary Neville. Look, he done a job. He always went forward. Even if he never crossed, he always overlapped to allow Beckham to have the space. Yeah. You know, I feel Aaron Wan-Bissaka will become a better fullback, but for me, it's like right now, it's probably not the player we need. And maybe what should happen is probably he gets we should have got Sancho, but I'm not going to go into that. Yeah. He had an attacking right midfielder that was there to actually protect him in a proper system, he'd probably thrive. You know, the next topic I want to get onto is Callum Wilson signing. Now, obviously, that went under the radar. That was proper low key. I don't think anyone saw that, and then boom, you know, he signed for you guys. What's he to the Newcastle fans?
I don't know. He's just see every photo you see of him, he looks like he's absolutely loving it. Like obviously he's scored 4 goals already. He's doubled Joelinton's goal scoring from last season. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel for Joelinton. Do you know what I mean? The boy gets a hard time, but again, just like saying price tags, it's not. Do you know, 40 million. He's never a 40 million player, he's
playing better now on the left.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's playing.
That's where he plays, isn't it? On the left.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Callum Wilson's everything that we've been craving for years, and it's like the first no-brainer signing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally Newcastle scouts looking at abroad, trying to get the next big talent, whatever. Do you know they can sell on? This is the first year we've finally signed somebody that's like a common sense approach. Do you know,
100%, yeah.
He's played in the league. He's got experience in the league. He's scored goals in the league. Do you know, he's got the midfield, the players behind him that's going to tee him up. So all he does is need to take the chances, and he will take the chances. He's proved that already. So
and that's what's good, Kev. That's what's good, because I think with the way we're defending at the moment, and Callum's got pace, which none of our centre backs have, except Bailly, and he's not fit. He's not consistently fit, you know. So I'm scared with the way we play the way our centre back trying to run out with the ball and dribble out, be this ball playing centre back, but they've not got the recovery pace. And if Callum Wilson has a chance, I think he'll score. And we'll get punished, and that's the difference.
You've got a goalkeeper who's not confident as well. Do you know what I mean? He's made another mistake midweek for his international team, which has cost him the game. Do you know, you've got to give the young lad a chance eventually. Do you know, but this is where your problem comes in with Solskjaer, because he's not strong enough personality to make that decision.
Exactly. That's the difference to the manager. You know what I mean?
Ferguson would have had De Gea out and somebody in straight away. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Even Mourinho would have had him probably sold him by now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and do you know what? But then I've got a debate with that, right? So De Gea, it's criminal that he was like 2-3 years in a row Man United's best player and so on, right?
Yeah.
He's had a massive drop in form and so on. I do hope Dean Henderson can give him competition, and try and bring out the best. However, it's very simple in football. If you're not playing well, you're not playing.
Exactly. Do
you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And then you wait for your turn. And Dean Henderson is ready to come on, and we'll see, because he did have a few clangers to United, but it's under a different way.
Every goalkeeper does.
100%.
So
100%. What's the formation Newcastle are going with, do you think? And what's the team?
Well, probably 4-4-1, probably. Like Joe Linton will probably play off Wilson up top. Probably have Shelvey, Hayden in centre mid, ASM, and something that just confuses me about he'll put Jeff Hendrick right midfield when you've got Almiron and Ryan Fraser on the bench. Like
Almiron's been playing well in the middle of the park, though. I like how he brought him inside.
The problem can you go back to what you were saying about like back in the Ferguson era and stuff, and how football was back then? Like, players don't really cross the ball in now. These wingers are all about cutting in. Yeah. So, like, it's even harder for strikers these days. You look back at your Shearers, Van Nistelrooys, Cole, York, like proper out-and-out strikers. Stick the ball in and they'll find the ball. At the back will probably be, don't even know, probably Manquillo, maybe left back. I don't know if Jamal Lewis will be left back. Manquillo right back.
Great signing. I love it. I was quite glad we didn't get him, to be honest. 13 million. Oh my goodness. 13 million.
Just a young lad, you know what I mean? He'll get better and better as the years go on. So
exactly.
Carol Darlow coming in for Dubravka as well has been a breath. Obviously, Dubravka is the better goalkeeper, but Darlow, especially against Spurs, some of the saves, man, was
100%,
ridiculous. 100%. So I think it'll vary, obviously, the players. Basically, you've got Shelvey and Hayden in centre mid to break it up and look for the front four, if you like. So we'll see how it goes. But
I think for Man United, we will probably play De Gea. Oh God, he's going to play the back 3/back 5. So I think it'll be. I think it'll probably be Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw in the 3, and then I think Alex Telles will come in on the left. I don't know if Aaron Wan-Bissaka will start. I think Daniel James might get a shot to try and expose the pace at Newcastle's back, but we'll see. Yeah. I think he'll play the usual Pogba, Matic, Bruno, and then I believe the 2 up top, it's got to be Rashford.
Yeah.
I think Rashford starts. And then there's a question mark. Do you play Igalo? Or do you play James up front with Rashford and then do you play Aaron Wan-Bissaka? And for me, it's quite worrying because we've got Cavani, who's not in the squad because of the quarantine, where we could have signed Cavani months ago.
Yeah.
So that was obviously a big, massive panic buy. We also have Juan Mata, but Juan Mata comes in. For some reason, we bought Juan Mata, never played him in number 10, actually played. I think Rashford will definitely lead the line with a question mark. I hope it's a Gallo, also with my Nigerian ties, and then maybe James at wide right. I think Daniel James, this is the season where it's make or break for him, and I hope for his sake that he does well, because if Bielsa at Leeds wants to sign you, there must be ability there. You never know. I mean, he isn't a right winger; he's a left winger. That's where he's done most of his damage. So for me, I just hope the penny drops. I just hope that it goes boom, and that's him. He's arrived. I also think it's a big game tomorrow for Rashford because he's not been really playing that well.
Nah.
A massive thing he's been doing off the pitch. He's getting an MBE, which is fantastic, which is great.
Definitely well deserved as well.
Exactly, mate. And I just feel on the park he needs to do more. He needs to just be what Rashford was. Go direct, be powerful. So I think we win 3-1. Don't ask me who's going to score because we'll probably get a penalty. Bruno will take it. He doesn't play. I do think Rashford will probably have a shot from 20 plus yards and it will just go in. Or do a mazy run, and then you can't touch him, so he scores. And then I have a feeling we'll get a goal from set piece tomorrow. I just think because you guys, you're quite leaky when it comes to set pieces. So
not the best.
We'll see. What are you thinking for the score?
Personally, I reckon it'll be a draw. Don't know.
Really?
One each, 2-2, something like that. We'll definitely I think we'll get a couple, but again, it depends on Newcastle turns up.
100%.
You've got the team that dominated West Ham, and then you've got the team that's arse collapsed against Brighton, and then you've got the team the other week. Can't remember who we played, but I'm sure we won. Can't even remember who it was against, but but
you're on form. You're on form. That's what I said. So I'm worried. I am worried that then it's like I think to myself, Man United will beat Newcastle, but then again, Newcastle is actually not an easy game. There's no easy game in the Premier League, and the way we're playing right now,
not anymore.
Newcastle could turn us over. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. What we'll do, I'll go for 3-1, and you're going for a draw. So we're talking 0-0, 1-1, 2-2.
2-2.
2-2.
Gotta be
Okay, guys. So what we're saying is that Bob's, I'm going for 3-1. Kev's going for, did you say 2-2?
Actually, I'm changing it to a 2-1 Newcastle win.
2-1. That's fabulous. Kev, thanks so much for joining me today. And hopefully when we have a chat tomorrow, I'll be smiling and you won't. Thanks, guys. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you subscribe. And we'll speak to you tomorrow.
See you later, guys.